So guys, now we will be studying about the remaining data types, which are date, time, timestamp, enum, and JSON. So we will start with date time. So if you see over here that we are creating a table people over here in which we have few columns which are ID, first name, last name, birth date, and this is for varchar type. Varchar type, again the length is 50. We can have a good length. We have already discussed till what length it can have. We have an ID which is of type int, which is being auto incremented, which is nothing but a sequence, and this is a primary key. Again, do not worry about it. We will talk about primary key and auto increment. As of now, just focus on data type. So you see over there the birth date is of type date. You just go ahead and write a statement. Sorry, drop table people, drop table if not exist, if exist, right? So what we are doing, like we are just running these statements. You see that all these statements are run, and like we have put up the date over here, and now we will just go ahead and see these fields. You can see John, Joy, and the date of birth is 190901, which is what we have feeded. So again, if you feed two more values and now see them, we will have three rows over here. That is okay, that is perfectly fine. What I want you to understand is like there are few functions. So date and time, why I like decided to keep up two chapters for data type is because I always wanted to bifurcate date time with other things. Like there these this particular tutorial of today, in this tutorial whatever data types we are going to study are much more important than the previous ones were easy. These are like the important ones, and like you need to make sure that you also understand these functions and learn these functions. So there is a function called as now. Similarly, in time there is a function called as current time. Current time gives you the current time, and now function gives you the current date. So if I go ahead and like just see this, you see it gives me the timestamp, which is the current date plus time, but here it will fetch only the date. How? We'll just see that. So how we are doing this? We are doing this using a date format function. If you see over here now, this is just giving me the date, so that I will just copy up this function. This is a combination of two functions. So these are inbuilt functions for MySQL, and you need to learn them. How to use them? This is very simple. Any function starts with the function name, then there is a curly braces, then there is an end curly braces. You can see the yellow one. End curly braces, again curly braces yellow one, curly braces and yellow one, and in between there we have the current date, and in current date we have like kept in the format. This is the format which says month, day and year. Okay, so what I will do is I will just cut this and I will paste it over here, right? And let me minimize my screen again. Let me close this and let me run this. If I run this, it says that incorrect date value for column birth one, so this is not accepting this. Let me control that because the format is something like this. So control Y again, and we will say year, control Z. We have year, we have month, and we have day. Control Y. We have year, we have month, and then we have day. Let me check if this works. So I have done nothing. I've just removed the slashes and instead I've put it up these like values, dashes, and now I am running up this statement. And yes, this you can see that now I am able to put up. And when I go ahead and like see my particular instance it says 26 2020, which is the current date, 26 2020. So this is something like which you can use to put up the current date. But yes, in date we have various other options. So you have to learn these two functions in date, which is now, and current date. So let us like see the difference between both of them. Current date just gives you the date. You could have used only that particular function over here. So instead of using this date format in which we are changing up the format, we could just have used current date because it is giving the date in the same format. If you see over here, it is giving the date in the same format. So I will just go ahead and run all these things again. So we are able to put in the value, right? You can see over here, everything is green. That is good. So now current date now gives us both time and date. Current date, CUR date, just give us the date, and current time just give us the time. Let me copy it and like paste it over here for you and say select current time. So we can run these functions using select command. Using select command we can run and like see the values. So you can see over here, first is now, then date now. So we can fetch the date even by this function date. Then we have current date, we are fetching up the date, and then current time. So these four functions are very important for date and time. Then we have few functions called as date difference, date add. Say for example, in your scenario you want to add 5 days, like you are putting up the trial period for someone registered your account and you are putting up the date end date for the trial period. So you what you will do, you will put up the add date and you will say 1 day later, 1 week later, 1 day, you will say 15 days later, right? Interval 15 days, and here you will put up CURGATE, current date, which is the current date. Now what I will do is I will just copy this and I will paste it over here. Over here. Let me run it. Let me drop the previous table, create table, and insert this. Yes, I am able to insert this. You can see everything is green out here. Let me clear all of these and let me see this. So it has a date which is 15 days ahead, which is for next month, 5th day of 7th month 2020, which is 15 day ahead. So again we are adding up date. So date add. Similarly, we can differentiate, find the number of days between two dates by date difference. So even if you do not remember these functions, you should know that there are some functions like them. You do not need to remember them. Obviously, you are not preparing up for an interview. If you're preparing up for an interview, you need to learn them. But if you are like working on SQL regularly, you will learn them automatically. But as of now, you should know that there are these kind of functions which can be used while you're working professionally. There can be various business cases which will come for you and you will have to work for them. So similarly, we can subtract date. So date sub over here. Then we can find the weekday. We have a date and we want to find the what is the weekday or what is the week of the year. So we have these functions where we can go ahead and like find the weekday and week year. The date has one important character. So I will just go ahead and delete this out there and even this. Okay, this is good now. And we will say default current time. Okay, so that this is something like which should be there in current timestamp, not in date function. Let me check this. Okay, so this is there in current timestamp, not in date. So this will give an error for sure. So this gives an error. We cannot create a table with default value for birth date because this is timestamp. Okay, so if you need to put up the time today's date, then you will have to use up this function in MySQL, which will be this which will be this something like this. So you can use up this function, and this is like this completes like the data type. We will go ahead and understand time in a short while. Again, like time is nothing but the time and not the date. So we are going to like put up something like this and like enter it and then see it. So this was good, and we will be able to see it saying that select star. Star means everything, all the columns from test. Even though we will be discussing it, but yes, you can learn side by side. Test one, start at end time. So end time is right now what the time is 10:49, which is 22:49, 10:49. So this is the current time. So again, in time also we have few functions. We can add the time, we can subtract the time. So these are the few functions. So you just need to remember that you can use these functions again. Date, time, and timestamp. So date and time, these were the separated data types for date and time, and when we combine them, so like in business use, date and time separately does not make any use, and we even do not use them a lot of the time. We actually use date, time, and timestamp. Like majorly, I have always used timestamp. So like both of them are actually very same. The only like difference between them is the time zone. Like the time zone does not give any effect on like effect on date time, but yes, it has effect on timestamp. So this is the time zone. Like we have Greenwich time zone. Like there are various time zones, but like date time picks up the time as per your system. So you can see over here the timestamp requires 4 byte while date time requires 5 bytes. Both timestamp and date time require additional byte for fractional second precisions. Timestamp value range from 1970 to this, and if you see over here, let me show it to you. So now again we have already discussed about this function. Now gives us both the time and the date. We have already discussed about this function. Now current date, current time, you have to learn them, please. I am repeating them again and again so that we learn it today itself. Now current date, current time, date difference, date format. Whatever format we want the date, we can have that format. So this can be replaced by anything like I just showed you up, right? So again, I will be going up over here. Let me check like if I have said right about it. So I have created up the table with the now values, and the time zone is 0.03. So both the times are same, and the first one is timestamp and the another one is date time. Let me change the time zone to, so time zone, this is a global variable in MySQL. Time zone is a global variable in MySQL. I've changed the time zone to +3, and now I will see again. And if you see over here that the time has been changed for 10:52, has been changed for this one, I guess. Let us change it again. I have like maybe missed it. What was the previous value? Let us run this. Let us see this. 21:32, 21:32. Now changes to +3. So we are just seeing the effect and the difference between date time and timestamp. Change has been made in date time. So time zone affects date time, not timestamp. So I was wrong previously. Please like remember this, that date time and timestamp, both of them are majorly same, but date time requires 5 bytes of space, timestamp requires 4 bytes of space. Anyhow, like fractional this precision is like not too much used in like major scenarios. This will be used maybe like in performance. In my case, like I have to make sure that even like fractions of seconds are not missed or like they have been reported in the report. But for people, even developers, these timings like does not like me like are very necessary to like making sure that the business logic is doing fine. In most 90% of the cases, like you can use any one of them, and like timestamp is the one which I have used mostly, but obviously like you can go ahead and use date time as well. So you can consider few things over here. Like timestamp is using 4 bytes, so using timestamp obviously will take less space. So you will get a better performance when you will use timestamp. So the next data type is enumerization. What exactly is enumerization? Enum is set of words. So when we say that priority can be either low, medium or high. Other than this, you cannot have any priority. This is what it says, that this particular column is of type enum and it can have only these three words, either low, medium or high. But in computer, enum is always represented by numbers. So this will always be like number, this will also be a number, this will also be a number. So just to understand this, I will just go ahead and say drop table if exist tickets, and let me cut this and let me paste this below it, and let me run this. Let me clear all of them so that you are able to see what is happening out here, and let me run it. So one row is vectored. What row is vectored? Let us see that. Let us execute this. So we say that priority is low. And why priority is low? Because we have given number 1 and one enum is low. Second is medium and third is high. So in the similar sense, if you give over here 3 and run it again, and I see it again, give me high. But if I give over here 4 and run it again, give me an error. Data truncated for column priority 1 at row, because the fourth element is not present. So again, in the similar way, you can either use numbers in enum, or like you can use the value itself. So I will just go ahead and like change it to medium, and let's see. Okay, because we have not selected S, that's why you have an error while the syntax. It is good now. It is comes to be medium, but anyhow we will use anything else out here, it will give an error saying that that value is not present. Data truncated for column priority at row 1 because that value was not present. So actually when you say enum is just a set. You can consider enum as a set, but the point which you should take home today is like enum is represented as numbers in computers. So it has a key value pair. Number 1 is low, number 2 is medium, number 3 is high. And last but not the least data type for MySQL is JSON. So if you people are aware of JSON, that is fine, right? Then I will just say this like, yes, MySQL offers you a data type called as JSON, and if you're not aware about JSON, that is also fine. So JSON is nothing but a representation. It is a kind of representation of data in the form of key and value. So this is a representation of data. You can see over here that it starts from this curly braces and it ends over here. It starts from this curly braces and it ends with this curly braces. You can see the yellow curly braces. Inside it, the first thing is name. It says the name is Safari. Second is OS. OS is Mac. Third is resolution. Resolution again in itself has two items which are X and Y coordinates, or the resolution X and Y resolution values. So these are nothing but the values. So again, in JSON, we refer data in key value pairs, key and the value. Key and the value. It does not have any restrictions or keywords maintained. You can use any key, you can use any value. All is your system should know what JSON you are using and what keys it uses. So this is what JSON is. The like system gives you feasibility of using JSON. Let me go ahead and like create up this for you. So I will just go ahead and run this command. So we are like adding a lot of values out here. Let me delete all of them, most of them, and like let us add only one row. Let us add only one row, which is this. Okay. Now I will go ahead and like run it. Everything is added. You can see out here, no error has been given. Now whenever you want to like see a JSON value, so id is something like which is over here. After id we had event name, then visitor, then properties, and then browser. So this is properties, this is browser, this is id, this is id, and second one is event name. So id is auto populated, right? So this is event name, this is visitor, this is properties, which is JSON, and browser. This is again properties. So I'm just fetching out ID, which is this, and browser. Browser is JSON, and inside this JSON, I just want the browser name. So I will say browser dash greater than sign and then dollar dot name. This is like the representation of fetching up the name. This column name, then this kind of arrow, and then the name of the browser JSON key, and then this is something like which represents the column. I will just show you up. Let me run this. So it fetched Safari over here, right? We have like mentioned Safari, so ID is one and Safari. Now instead of browser, we want to show like value. We put a value. So this is nothing but like just this value. This particular value over here will get changed. Let me show it to you. Let me run it. So you see that this has changed to value instead of browser. Nothing else. Like we do not have any change out of here. If you want to see the resolution, so in a similar way, we can see the resolution and just run it. You will be able to see the resolution. You see over here that we have some double commas, right? Now you want to remove the double commas. So how will you remove them? Just use a double arrow and say run. It is giving an no because we are using a browser. We should have used name and say run. Now the double commas are not there. If we will remove this arrow, we will have double commas. Correct? So in the similar way, let us do it for resolution. I haven't tried it myself. Let me try it for you. Say this, 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 and X, and this. Gives me an error. Okay. Dot resolution dot X. So you fetch the value of X now, 1920. You see, like we have to make sometimes hit and try. So I was not knowing this, right? Like I did not like to, like I did not like make sure that I will tell you this. But yes, I first tried this. Like it showed me an error. So another thing of like fetching the inner value. This is a value, and whenever fetching of this value, this was giving me the entire value, which was this, but I wanted the value of X inside resolution. Say choice dot X more inside resolution. I want the value of X. So sometimes you have to go and play hit and trial, and when you go and play hit and trial, you will find things by yourself. So guys, this was all about data types. Hope you are liking up the videos. I will just request you to please like, subscribe, and let your friends know about me so that they also learn things and like get up their career sector. Thank you so much. Have a great day. This was Anand Goel from host-tune-perform.com.